Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of the Noob Code. Today with this video, we are starting the CSS Beginner to Advanced Learning series. This series will make sure that on completing all videos, you can definitely style your web pages. Anyways, let's start with what is CSS. So CSS, also known as Cascading Style Sheets, is simply a design or style language to make your HTML web pages look more presentable and more appealing to the eye. So yeah, it is just a style language and nothing else. Talking a bit about the history of CSS, it was proposed back in 1994 by Hakom Wyam Lee when he was working with Tim Berners-Lee at CERN. In 1996, the first CSS version came out, which was known as CSS1, and so far there have been three versions so far. The latest is the CSS3. Please note that there is no CSS4. Now, talking about the syntax, we define CSS styles on elements as a collection of key and value pairs. So there is a key, which is the name of the property you want to style, and then there is a value, the value is the style that you want to apply on the property. That is the value, the style itself. Now this key and value are separated by a colon, and between two pairs there's a semicolon. So you can have multiple pairs defined on the same line, but you have to have a semicolon between them, and between every key and a pair there will be a colon. Get this difference? This is the syntax. Okay, for example, here you see that I have set the background color property on the element to the red color, and I can have multiple properties after this. After next line or the same line, I can keep defining properties. That is the syntax of CSS, a key value pair collection. Okay, now there are three basic ways on how I can style an element in CSS, or three sources I can say. These are the inline style, internal style, and the external style. In the inline style, we write our CSS directly on the HTML element by using the style attribute. So you see I've written style equals to something, and then I have the key value pair inside the quotes, and it is on the HTML element itself. So this is inline style. I will put my style on the element itself. The next is the internal style. We make use of the style tag, which is present in the HTML file. So in the HTML file, in the head or the body, preferably head, I will put my style inside the style tag. And this is, you see, as in the screenshot, I have defined it. The external style sheets, we write our styles in a completely different file. The completely different file is known as a style sheet. The extension of this file is generally .css, and this style we will reference in our HTML file with the help of the link tag. So you see in the other screenshot, if you see, I have the link rel equals to style sheet, and I have the source as the relative path of my style sheet, the external CSS file. So that is how the external style sheets are used to style the CSS or style the elements. Okay, now inline styles have more priority or precedence compared to internal styles and external styles, whereas external styles have more code reusability compared to internal and inline styles. So because yes, you can use the same style sheet in 10 HTML files. You can just keep on importing them or referencing them in the 10 different HTML pages, and you can reuse your code at the maximum when you are using external styles. But on the other hand, internal and inline styles have very little code reusability. Okay, so that is why it is a very good way that you always define your styles in a separate file. So now we'll be having a quick demonstration on what we just discussed. So I have an HTML file here with an h1 tag, and I have opened it in my browser. First, I'll be styling this h1 using an external style sheet named style.css. So I will set the background color of this h1 to blue. Then I will reference this style sheet in the HTML file using the link tag. Saving and refreshing the browser, and we see the style is here. Cool. Next, I will be using internal style using style tag in the HTML file. I'll quickly set the background color for the same h1 to yellow. You can see the blue color now changes to yellow. Hence, the precedence for internal style is greater than external styles. Proved. Now I'm going to apply the inline style on the same h1 to set the same background color to red. Refresh and I check the browser there. The red color is here. Thus, the inline style takes more precedence compared to internal and external. Okay, now wondering what is cascading in the cascading style sheets. So in CSS, now we have seen that we can have styles defined in various sources trying to implement an element. Now, the algorithm by which these styles can be combined from these various sources to generate a final set of styles that will be applied on the element is known as cascading. You're combining the various sources styles that you have, and you are generating the final outcome by combining them all. And then you're also deciding if you have multiple same kind of styles in different sources, which styles to give precedence and all, and apply on the element. This entire algorithm is known as cascading. Okay, now we'll talk about the difference between HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, just so that we are very clear what they are and how they vary. So first, talking about HTML, it is your markup language. Please remember, it is your markup language, which means it is used to structure your elements on the web page. That's all. It is never or was never intended to style the web page. So it is not a styling language. Please don't style your elements using HTML attributes. Okay, that is not what it is designed for. Then, because to fill this void, CSS comes into place to design and to style those created HTML elements. The structure that you define into, you need to style that, and that is where HTML is in place. JavaScript, on the other hand, is to define the behavior of those HTML elements that you've just defined. Okay, so how they are going to behave under which circumstances, and when and what kind of behavior they would depict, that is what JavaScript controls. Okay, so with the most common reference that you will ever hear, that is, let's say you have to build a house. The HTML is like building the walls, the room, the door, etc. That is what HTML is does with your web page. It builds out the structure, the divs and everything. Then you start painting and designing your house. You have a great interiors and everything inside your house, right? You make your walls and your furniture and everything look beautiful. That is what CSS does. It makes your HTML elements look great, colors them, makes them look awesome. And then you have a lot of electrical circuits and appliances in your house, and then you turn on a switch and something or the other thing works in your house. Let's say you turn on a switch, the fan starts working, the AC starts working, and a lot of other things, right? Maybe you turn on the switch and the lights in your house, the colors of the lights change. That is what JavaScript does. It controls the behavior of the elements in your page. Maybe you can click a button and the background color of a div changes. That is JavaScript. Okay, with this we conclude today's video. I hope this video fulfills the basic knowledge required for you to kickstart the CSS learning journey. Do like and comment your feedback and questions. If you have not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon now so you don't miss upcoming videos. Thank you.